Okay, friends, here we are, July 9th. You see the beautiful cityscape. We're driving down Flamingo. Yeah, today, like I said, is July 9th, and that means it is the 1K PLO Mystery Bounty. Okay, doesn't that sound crazy? Well, it probably is going to be. This is the first time they're doing it this year. They've had other Mystery Bounty events, of course. WSOP is all about there's a million Mystery Bounty events. There's even a Mystery Bounty tab on WSOP.com on the online poker site here. But yeah, this is a PLO version. It is a 1K buy-in. In the beginning of the year, they had the No Limit Hold'em one, which I think is the third time they did it. And it is quite a success. They had a couple like $1 million bounties, ridiculous. I'm not sure what they're gonna have over here. We're gonna be safe and stop at this yellow light, even though we probably should have ran it. But we will talk with you guys and look at the beautiful Rio together and the palms. Look at this. They redid the sign. They redid, I think some of the paint on the windows and stuff. It looks a lot better on the outside. Inside, leaves something to be desired. I've been inside. Good memories in there. So let's make some new memories here at the Horseshoe. This should be a crazy event. It's going to be 40-minute levels, I believe, 40K starting stack. Bounty start day 2, pretty typical for stuff like this in this new day and age of mystery bounties. I love PLO and stuff. I think I'm way better at PLO tournaments than cash games when we're that deep. I know we start deep in this tournament, but as the stacks kind of get shallow, I've won a few PLO tournaments online, nothing crazy. I just recently cashed in the 555 buy-in PLO. I think it was a Mystery Bounty too, actually, online just a few days ago. I won a few on ACR back in the day, different buy-in levels. I love PLO. I love PLO tournaments. I've been watching some Jay Nandez training videos, PLO Mastermind. The streams, honestly, if you just watch the streams, like the ones on Poker Go at the Poker Go studio and stuff, those are very good in terms of just breaking off the rust in these kinds of tournaments. Just kind of see what people are open raising, what people are open folding, hands that look playable at different stack depths may not be at other stack depths, blah blah blah. So I'm pretty excited for this tournament. Let's get far. We haven't had enough cashes this summer. We've had, I think, 2. We'd like one in a 1K and over event. Sorry, the phone. But yeah, so let's get one right now. Let's start building a big stack today, because we want to be in play for these bounties tomorrow. That is a big part of the prize pool. But I'll definitely try to capture as much craziness as I can. It is PLO. There's going to be a lot of action. Not as many like all-ins, because it is pot limit until maybe later on in the day, a few levels in. So let's see. This should be a great time. The main event is going on too, so I'll try to capture as much of that fun as I can. And let's get it. Let's win our first bracelet. Let's get a deep run. Let's make a day 3. We haven't made a day 3 for a while, so let's start that today. Here we go, people. Thanks, and let's get to it. Another day, another tournament. This is not just any tournament. PLO Mystery Bounty. This should be fun. A lot of people who bust the main event today, I think it's day 3 or 4, will probably be buying in here. It's crazy though, it's kind of getting to the end of the summer and everyone's in, different stuff. Most of the people who are here are in the main event. I mean, it's such a good structure that it makes sense that people are still in it right now. Here's our event. This one we want to win, and then maybe the main event next year with this kind of, first place prize. But let's have some fun, people. Let's get it.
Series of poker. This is event number 86 flag AR 1K buy-in Mystery Bounty Pop-Up at Omaha event. The bounties for this event can begin on day 2.
Look at his awesome shoes in back there. He's killing it.
Yeah. I think you can buy them shoes at first place prize.
Yeah, that's exactly.
Where you from, though? Japan.
Oh, Japan?
Let's go.
Nice. My fiance is from Japan.
Oh, really?
Yeah, she was. Good luck. Was luck.
If I don't hit the 10 on the river, would be. I'm like, okay, maybe I've got a bet now.
Okay guys, we're gonna be recording inside on break updates because it's 117 today in Las Vegas, July 9th. It is ridiculous. It's like so hot that your skin hurts when the sun touches it for a little bit. But anyway, so we're inside. We're still battling in this tournament. It's been a grind a little bit. I mean, we were up to 47. We started with 40,000. It's the first break after 3 levels because it's 40 minutes. We're up to 47 at the high points. It's kind of little pots chipping away here and there, nothing crazy. Flopped a flush earlier, and then it was all clubs actually, and I had King 10 of clubs, Ace High clubs actually, and then the other guy had Queen High clubs, and then the paired board on the river kind of killed our action. But it was also like kind of scary because I was like, well, you know, he could have something huge here. But yeah, anyway, it was nice to win that one. It was a small pot early on, and then since then, nothing really, you know, I had ace, 8-9 double suited black. So ace high suits for clubs and spades, 8-9. Someone raises, I 3-bet small. I'm not always 3-betting aces, but these are good aces, so you know I do it. And the flop, he just flat. So he made it 7, I made it 21. He's the only caller, so about 4,400 in the middle. Anyway, the flop is 10, Jack, 6, all red. You know, like so 2 diamonds, 1 heart, and I'm gonna auto give up on this flop, right? Don't even want to see anything, but I do have 8-9. Maybe because queen is not great, you know, of course. The 1 gin card is the black 7, yeah? So he checks, and I'm just pot controlling and kind of like, okay, well, I'll just check back here. That board smashes a kind of another hand besides aces. You know, 10 Jack is always kind of a dirty flop. It always kind of connects with somebody. So I check, just like kind of ready to give up. The turn is a magical 7 of clubs, so the absolute dream on the turn, and he bets into me. And you know, I'm thinking about raising here, but there's kind of like because the rivers changed so much in this game early on, especially when we're like 300 big blinds, 200 big blinds deep. It's, you know, there's something to be safe as hold'em. You know, we're raising huge, but here it's just like, what can he have? You know, he could still have 8-9 himself, and he could be free rolling. It's in PLO, you want to kind of re-raise when you have a chance to improve. If you already have like a really big hand on the turn or something, or if, you know, you're just kind of semi-bluffing. But it was a great turn, and then I just call his bet of like, how much did he bet? 5K. So he bet 5K, so about pot. And I'm like, okay, just please don't put a heart or, you know, pair the board. I just kind of put him on like 10s maybe or something. And anyway, the river is the 7, another 7. It's a black 7 again, so 2 black 7s. I'm like, oh my god, are you serious? And he checks, so I think how he might be good here. He might have like 8, 9, 7, something, you know. But he checks back, and then I do too, and he has pocket 6s. So pretty freaking gross to. He had a really bad hand too. He had like 6-6, like I don't even know the other one was, like King 7 or something like that. Or no, sorry, not King 7, King 8. So he had a terrible hand, but you know, this is PLO. People are ready to gamble and donk it off. So this is something I get to think about too, because right, different times of the tournament series, it's going to be a different kind. Start walking back.
The super spin.
Okay, a super spin. So different times of the World Series, people are going to be playing different. You know, people at this point, we're pretty deep into this, and people are pretty tilted, you know, they can be. The main event just happened, so there's a ton of people who just busted the main event either yesterday or whatever, and then they're just like, 1K, who cares? I'm gonna play like it's a $5 tournament, you know, especially a PLO Mystery Bounty. So it's gonna be, nature of this tournament's gonna be crazy, and the fact that it's this time of the summer, they know what they're doing. They made this tournament available for people who want to pretty much play slots, but with poker. So I'm just kind of trying to bob and weave. We're at 33,000 now. We started with 40, so not terrible, but like, you know, we're comfortable with PLO tournaments. Now when people raise and you pot, you know, it's a really more substantial part of people's stacks. So we're going to be kind of picking our spots, picking good value hands. Bluffing is, you know, something too. So let's just stay focused. You know, it's kind of tough losing from 47 to like 33, so 14K swing, and that aces hand was pretty gross. So they had straight 8-9, but that is PLO. But we're gonna hang in there. We're gonna fight tough. Why not us this time? And we'll be back for the next break with a great update. I feel it. Let's go. Okay, we're going back. We can see main event is going on. Some footage. Crazy to see 100-minute levels. This is a record-breaking main event. 10,100. Boom. These guys are. And we hope to be in the money later tonight. Let's get it. Oh, he's moving?
Yeah.
What did it say?
Ice cream tea.
Oh.
Yeah.
I thought you were talking to me.
Just got moved from table 1C8.
Boomerang.
Alright, friends, it is like 2:35. We were on the second break of the day. We started at 10 a.m. We were there first hand. So yeah, the breaks come by way quicker when you're playing PLO, I'll say that. But we are on massive tilt, I would have to say. So in some ways, because so crazy thing happened. So we got moved to a new table, which I was happy about because David Williams got moved to our table. He's a good PLO player. My table was pretty aggressive, my first one, and I was actually really card dead, so I was happy to move, change of atmosphere. And then we go from 26K to like 37, so close back to starting stack, which is great at the new table. Pretty passive play. And then so it's kind of on me while I'm on tilt. That's why I'm on the most tilt, you know, so you just get outdrawn on. It's tough, but like it's one thing. One thing that did happen that was really frustrating. So there's been a lot of limping kind of, and then someone limped under the gun. I think someone else limped behind. I look down at king, queen, 4 offsuit, no flush or anything. And it was Lexi's vlogging and I'm behind her. But yeah, so it was crazy because they limp, okay, and I'm like, should I raise here? And I said no. And then when I did limp, this one guy who's just been watching movies the whole time just raises behind to like 3,000. And so it's 600 big blind. So he makes it 3. Someone else calls under the gun, and then I fold king, queen, 4 offsuit.
and the flop is king 6-4, king 6-3 or something, and it was a king on the turn, and there was a ton of action, and obviously we have quads, so we folded pre-flop, and that's a huge mistake. Sometimes I'm too tight in tournaments. I really know it's one of my leaks. Instead of being too, I don't know, is it better to be loose or too tight in tournaments? I don't know, as like a leak. But anyway, so I fold that hand, and then the guy who benefited from, you know, the hand, the guy who won, wasn't the raiser. So it was someone else who was in the big blind, who was cold called. Anyway, and then this guy who won that hand, he goes from like 20K to like 60K in that hand, or something like 50K. Whoa, construction. And then anyway, I get in a weird hand with him, just as the butterfly effect has it. I get into a hand with him later, and I lose like 11,000. That like probably wouldn't have happened obviously if he was knocked out, which I would have probably not. I think he had pocket sixes because he was pretty much all in by the river on a 3-6 king like deuce board or something, or on the hand when I folded quads pre-flop. And really frustrating because it just happens so much, I feel like, online, when you lose a hand to one guy and then he's the one that knocks you out. He didn't knock me out, of course, I'm still in it, but it's just a really tough situation, and it was really hard to kind of sit there. But we did win the last hand before break. Like, I feel like my mental game is not as good as it should be, and it has been better in the past. It's been worse, you know. That's one really important aspect to playing these tournaments, because I really think about it, just the mental game. So yeah, anyway, let's get back in there. We're still alive, we're still fighting, we shook it off, and it's nice to talk to you guys because it helps me vent. So yeah, all right, we're back in it. Let's go.
Oh, that's 88. 488.
Pot. 4,000. Pot.
attention players, we are looking for a Lee Q. Attention players, Lee Q. If you are in the tournament area, please make yourself noticeable to a supervisor. Once again, Lee Q. Make yourself noticeable to a supervisor, please.
All in. We should have behind.
What's the point?
Attention all dealers and players in event 86A. At the completion of these hands, you now have a 500 small blind, 1,000 big blind, 1,000 big blind, and team. Once again, all dealers and players in event 86A, 500, 1,000, 1,000. Dealers, at the completion of this hand, please change decks. Once again, dealers in the 1,000 Mystery Bounty PLO. At the completion of the hands you are dealing at this time, please change your decks.
Race. Two more. PLO.
Oh, it's PLO?
Yeah, yeah.
PLO higher just hahah.
Is that 1K?
$2,000. Oh, three? Okay, 3,000. Call.
Pot. It's 9 plus.
2,000 more.
I don't think it's the big one. The small blind is 5. So the ante doesn't count, but the 5, so it's small 5.
Yeah.
Oh, this one is 10.
So it's 9.
12, 5. Pretty sure.
12, 5. So 12, 5.
I don't think your bet counts. I don't think your bet counts.
The what doesn't count?
I'm not in the air. He's right. 12, 5. He's calling 12, 5. That's 12, 5.
Yeah, 5 more. Yeah.
Alright, friends, we're still in. This is our tournament. And this is the tournament. Look how many people. Record-setting main event. we are here in the room that they're playing 2600. I think it's close to the but let's win the mystery PLO first. So that is ours. Alright guys, we are on break with about 85,000 main event. The animals are in the jungle. 5K over here, Brian Rast over there. But yeah, we are doing a lot better than last break. So I think last break we were at like 26, 27, and then we have like 85K now. So pretty crazy. Like our aces held up twice, and we were able to like 3-bet big and then flop a flush luckily on one, because when you have like kind of like a bare aces, you just want to drill something, you know. And we did with the suit. It was like ace 3, ace 8, and after that we got in with a shorter stack. Luckily someone cold called, so he raises 3 from under the gun, someone else calls, and then we have aces in the big with like ace kind of 8-3 again. So we had ace 8-3 like 3 times. It's so crazy. Maybe one of them was like 9-3. Anyway, so we 3-bet pot, and then he initial raiser calls, and we're like, please, I hope it gets heads up, because he was a shorter stack. And then luckily the guy tank folds, the cold caller. He doesn't call like 9,500 more. And the flop is like not great if he called, you know, but we're expecting the other guy to have like king, jack 10 or something like that. Anyway, so the flop is like 8-4-5. We have ace 8-3 or something. And luckily we hold against his queen, ace king. He had queen, ace king suited. And luckily we hold there. But then right now you saw we have 80,000. Yeah, we're hanging in there. Table's kind of like straightforward, like no one's raising pot pre. They're raising like 2.5x, which is pretty good, you know, at this blind level. Because no one's really getting crazy out of line. There's some crazy euros on the other tables, and we're lucky we're not at that table right next to us and on the other side of us, because they're battling. And well, you know, we can hold our own in PLO, but just like we want to make sure it's a little more straightforward and less craziness to start. And here we are. Okay. But yeah, we're gonna go enjoy our break. 80,000. The blinds will be at I think 1,500 when we get back. It's almost 6 p.m. now. So after this, it'll be dinner break with Alan Cunningham. But yeah, a lot of people in the main event. We played with David Williams earlier. There's the Alan Cunningham. Everyone's around main event time. So let's win our own bracelet today. Let's become legendary. I mean, it's not gonna be today, but let's put in the work today to get it. Right. Thank you, Patty. See ya. Okay, guys, it is 6:30, and we are no longer in the tournament, unfortunately. It was a doozy. We were doing good at the table we got moved to, and then we got moved to a new table, which was substantially harder. A lot of young players and kind of PLO players, and I recognized some of the players from like streams like The Lodge and other stuff like that. Anyway, we were still doing good, you know. Won a couple hands, and then you can see we're in the Valley of the Paris. And then it was pretty tough because we got it all in with a flush draw and a straight draw versus this guy who was just like
use the middle lane to turn left onto Las Vegas Boulevard South.
Punting his stack this whole time, and he was just like bluffing every hand, and then like all of a sudden like you gotta honk at people. There's like people walking in the light. Don't ever let these people be like disrespectful like that. It's absolutely effed up. But yeah, so here we are. Now we are yeah, so sorry, I was trying to recap what happened, guys. I am not furious, but I'm just disappointed. It hurts so bad. The guy like was punting a stack. He came with 300,000, and then he did some like ridiculous bluffs with the no club on an all club board, and someone called a set of aces, and it was played in a way that I guess the bluff kind of like, yeah, makes sense, but his line didn't make any sense. Like he didn't bet on the flop turn and just bombed the river huge. And yeah, and then so he lost a lot of his chips, and he was just like calling every hand. He ends up calling me with 7-2-8-10.
So he calls my raise with 7-2, 8-10, and the flop is queen 6 7. So I guess he has an okay, and I have 2 clubs and I have 9-10. I have ace jack 9-10. And then anyway, the turn comes at 2, and he just he side calls my all in. I was just hoping yeah, it's weird. I could maybe check turn because the river's an ace and maybe I can bluff river. But I was just so short, and maybe check calling is the line because it gives you 1 out of bluffing on a crazy river. But I also wanted to get full value. I was just ready to kind of gamble with a flush draw, straight draw. There was a chance that he just had 1 pair or no pair and a flush draw, you never know. So it was just I was kind of going for value. But guys, that was tough. 1K PLO is one of my favorite kind of events to play, PLO tournaments.
In 800 feet, turn right onto West Harmon Avenue.
Sometimes. But yeah, that I would say, I don't know if that's the last tournament for me.
Turn right onto West Harmon Avenue.
Here we go. I'm going flying by this train. But I don't know if that's the last tournament.
In a
for
quarter
me.
mile, turn left onto the ramp to I-15 South.
Kind of feeling. I might re-enter into tomorrow's flight. It's a lot. It's another $1,000 into a kind of a big kind of donk fest. People are just on massive tilt after they busted the main event. And they're just playing kind of crazy like this guy was, and they just dusted off 10K, which is a lot of money to me. I never played the main event, so when I'm playing this 1K, it's a main event for me. So just 7 deuce 8-10. I guess I want that call pre-flop, and I just want to connect on the river, and I would have 130. But that's it. C'est la vie. We're not in anymore. That's what happens in PLO sometimes. But yeah, we'll see if I go back. I hope you guys saw those hands that I showed. There was a lot of crazy hands, a lot of hands where I flopped flushes, a lot of hands where I limped bad aces and bad kings and either hit something or didn't, and then just folded. You have to just kind of really change gears in PLO, and people are out there gambling and rumbling, and just kind of got to adjust. It's an ultimate game.
Turn left onto the ramp to I-15 South.
Along with kind of the tides, but it was just, I just couldn't accumulate that many chips. I couldn't get past 85, and so about 2x starting. But I really appreciate you guys watching. Here's the Panorama Towers. If you guys have watched poker for a long time, this is where all the young poker pros bought their apartments many years ago, 2008, 2009, or whatever, 2010. Holy crap, this guy right here flipped a U-turn in the middle of a place where he's not supposed to and almost got hit by somebody. But yeah, this is the Panorama Towers. This is Las Vegas. This is crazy. There's the Bellagio. I don't know, people. I might just play online a little bit. I may play some more, but thank you so much for watching all these videos, all the comments and stuff. PLO is a crazy game. It's a lot of fun. I at the end of the series, I know you guys feel this too, the post-mortem. You always feel drained and exhausted. I never want to see poker again. Never want to watch it on TV. Never want to play it again. Then all of a sudden, a few months later, you get the itch again, and it's just you fall in love with it again. And I don't think I'm at that point yet, so maybe we'll grind.
In 1,000 feet, merge onto I-15
anyway,
South.
We'll be back regardless, and you guys will be there with me. So thanks again, people. In-N-Out Burger looks good right there, so maybe we'll stop somewhere and get something to eat. But yeah, I appreciate you all. Everyone, good luck at the tables. Have fun and keep your heads up. When things get down, you can always come back. Never ever think that you're always going to be down. See you guys next time.